September next, you're going to be choosing your Leaving Cert subjects. Most of you will probably be in transition year, and it's a pretty tough decision to make. So today, I'm here with Donnchadh. He's a career guidance teacher, and he's going to go through some tips for you when you're choosing those subjects. So hopefully you can make the most informed decision. One of the things that always gets brought up on the discussion forum and even in customer supports are TYs, even third years, sometimes asking us what subjects should they choose for the Leaving Cert. Now, you choose 7, most people do 7, you count 6, some people do 8. I suppose people don't really know what's involved in the subjects. They are different to your junior cert subjects. What advice would you kind of have on that?
Yeah, so picking the subjects, it can be very difficult. Again, you'd want to research kind of further down the line if there's something specifically I want to do after school. If I want to get into a healthcare subject, you would probably have to have biology and chemistry, so you have to be big into your science. So there's plenty of courses like that where some of them have a subject requirement, and you would want to look at these and see, do I need a subject for this?
Yeah, I suppose for me, I kind of wanted to mix my subjects between like learning subjects and then maybe understanding subjects, so it wasn't like I was going to have to rote learn like 3 books for 3 subjects. So what kind of stuff would you recommend for that? Like, do you recommend people just doing 3 heavy learning subjects just because they like them? Do you think that's good, or do you think they should maybe choose like an accounting subject or economics where like you just kind of understand it?
I'd absolutely choose what you're passionate about, what you really like, even what you've done well in junior cert. If you've done TY, I did a module in chemistry, I did a module in history, I did a module in geography. I really like those. Your work experience, maybe there was something, maybe you did a work experience in accountancy practice, really liked it, I want to pick accountancy. So there's lots of things that can go into your decision when picking subject choices. And again, it's to inform yourself and to research as much as possible, even picking your Leaving Cert subjects.
Yeah, I suppose like something that maybe I would recommend looking back to other students is even going on to Studyclix. There's the questions by topic page. You can go onto each subject, you can look at the exam questions. Like I remember for me, for physics, I saw a pendulum straight away on one of the exam questions and I said, oh, I would not be interested in that. So even just looking at like the exam papers or even asking on the discussion forum is really handy, talking to people who've done it before. Would you recommend people do that? Yeah,
like you were talking about the exam papers there, I recently sat down with a student who really wanted to do PE next year, but wasn't sure what was involved, and we looked at a sample Leaving Cert paper for PE, and this student was just blown away by what was in it and became very passionate about it and knew this was something they wanted to study. So absolutely, go on to Studyclix, look at previous exam papers, look at what's involved in each subject and pick based on that, yeah?
Yeah, and there's so many of my friends and like everyone, and they kind of feel like they have to do a science subject, like a biology, chemistry or physics. Just so they have the options, keep their options open, because I suppose nearly every science course kind of requires you to have at least one science. Is that something you'd recommend doing? Or say you kind of know there's probably not a chance I'm going to go into science, should I do it anyway?
Yeah, so I actually didn't pick a science subject when I was doing my Leaving Cert, but I knew I was not going to get into anything science related. Now, to keep your options open, yes, you should pick a science subject, pick a language. People generally pick a business subject, and they generally pick kind of an art subject as well, like history or geography or something like that. So when a student comes into me and I see their subject list and this is what it is, I know the student doesn't know what they want to do. When a student comes in and I see biology, chemistry, physics, or I see business, economics, accounting on their subject list, I know what they want to do. So to keep your options open, yes, certainly. If you're really not sure, pick one of each.
Yeah, and the other thing is, say you actually do end up doing a subject and you really don't like it. Do most schools offer you the kind of chance to change subjects if you don't like it?
Yeah, no, I'd say some schools have a deadline for this, okay? So maybe in the first few weeks of 5th year, that it was something you really didn't gel with and you knew, but that's something that would be specific to every school and something you'd have to chat with your deputy principal, or even guidance counsellor about.
Yeah, and another big one that I always get asked is, should you pick up an 8th subject, or some people do 9 as well? Like, would you recommend doing that?
Again, you really will have to research this. The Careers Portal have a really good webpage called Subject Grade Explorer. I know a lot of students who take up Ag Science as an easy 8 subject. But if you look at this Subject Grade Explorer, which outlines kind of from top to bottom how well subjects do in the Leaving Cert, kind of the average points, Ag Science is actually at the bottom of this, which made it the hardest Leaving Cert subject in the last few years. So take that into consideration. Am I doing Ag Science as an 8th subject because I really, really love it, because I need it for a course I want to do in college afterwards, or why is you're picking? I certainly wouldn't pick a Leaving Cert subject based on the fact that it's easy, because there is no easy Leaving Cert subject.
Yeah, and following on from that, there's a lot of students who will do a subject just because they know the teacher in their school is brilliant. Is that something you'd recommend doing? Because I know there's a high chance that maybe the teacher could move school in fifth year and you could end up with a different teacher. I know it's happened to a lot of people I know. Absolutely.
I would not pick a subject based on a teacher teaching it, because there's a number of things that could happen. That teacher might not be timetabled to teach your class. They could go out on maternity leave, sick leave. They might change, go to a different school, become a deputy principal or a principal. So certainly I would not pick it based on a teacher that you like.
Well guys, thanks for watching today. Donnchadh, thanks for breaking that all down for us. It was really helpful and I think people will find that really, really useful. So if you liked what you saw, make sure you like and subscribe. We have loads more videos like this with Donnchadh going through all these bits of advice, and there's loads of great tips out there to help you. So Donnchadh, they can also find you on Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram, follow me at Leaving Cert Guidance.
Cool. Well guys, thanks for watching. Bye for now.